Oil tanker crash live. Ships carrying jet fuel and sodium cyanide collide in the North Sea. The collision between the Stena Immaculate tanker and So Long container ship took place in the North Sea near Hull shortly after 10 a.m. Monday morning. A container ship carrying toxic sodium cyanide crashed into an oil tanker transporting jet fuel to the U.S. military in the North Sea on Monday, sparking multiple explosions in what the UK government described as an extremely concerning situation. How the hell did these two collide into each other? An oil tanker transporting jet fuel to U.S. military in the North Sea. Lifeboats and Coast Guard helicopters were called to the collision just before 10 a.m. near the entrance of the Humber estuary off the East Yorkshire coast. The vessels involved were a Portuguese container ship called the MV Solong. That's wild. And the U.S. flag tanker MV Stena Immaculate, which was on a short-term charter to the U.S. Navy's military Sea Lift Command. 38 people across both vessels were believed to be accounted for, with one in hospital, according to the Times citing government sources. One crew member of the Solong was unaccounted for. The Solong vessel was carrying 15 containers of sodium cyanide, among other cargo. According to a report from the maritime data provider Lloyd's List Intelligence, the Stena Immaculate spilled some jet fuel into the water after sustaining a ruptured cargo tank, according to the U.S. logistics group Cronley, which manages the vessel. HM Coast Guards has said it was assessing the likely counter pollution response required. I wonder how much jet fuel fell in the water, though. Martin Boyers, chief executive of Port Grimsey East, said it had been told there was a massive fireball after the crash. Two maritime security sources at Rutgers news agency, there was no indication of any malicious intent. Well, let me see something. Here you guys go. A little bit of sodium cyanide. Now, this right here is your CDC. You got to look this up, and this actually this is, I'm gonna get into a little bit of bio work for you guys. So you got a NIOSH pocket guide. So sodium cyanide would be in your NIOSH. This right here, this is like your Bible. When you get into bioenvironmental, the NIOSH pocket guide. This right here has almost every chemical made. You get you in here, get you a little NIOSH pocket guide. That's what this is actually taking us to right here. So we're gonna see what sodium cyanide is. So when you go into this, the pocket guide, you just look it up by name, but then it gives you like the exposures, the descriptions of it. It tells you how to clean it, how to remove it, what it would do, what target organs is going to affect. Yeah, so that's what this is, the NIOSH pocket guide here. This book right here is very, very important. So when we go to the appearance, a white crystalline or granular powder, sodium cyanide releases hydrogen cyanide gas, a highly toxic chemical efficient that interferes with the body's ability to use oxygen. Exposure to sodium cyanide can rapidly be fatal. It has whole body systematic effects, particularly affecting those organ systems most sensitive to low oxygen levels: the central nervous system, the brain, the cardiovascular system, the heart and blood vessels, the pulmonary system, your lungs. Sodium cyanide is used commercially for fumigation, electroplating, extracting gold and silver from ores, and chemical manufacturing. Hydrogen cyanide gas released by sodium cyanide has a distinctive bitter almond odor, described as musty old sneaker smell. Now, when we do your gas mask, we don't have, obviously, we're not using no damn sodium cyanide, but we do have something similar to it. So before you put on your gas mask, we make you smell it. Woo, it give you a little kick, but then you put your mask on. And then once you put your mask on, we go around the room and we squirt it in the air. And if you can smell it through your mask, that means obviously you don't have a seal on. Your seal isn't all the way tight. But you can wear a beard. You can't wear a full beard like this, but you can wear a gas mask with a full beard like this. Any respirator, you probably want to cut it down a little bit, or you want to do You want to do supplied air, where you got to go over your whole face, put a suit on up to the neck, then you put a whole suit on, and you have air pumped into you off of a little machine. I mean, you could probably do it with a SCBA, but that'd be too much. But anyway, so then I'm just showing you guys. I don't know, man. It's just bringing back memories. You know what I mean? So it can affect you through ingestion, inhalation, skin contact, or eye contact. Then it tells you, well, obviously, you don't want to get on your skin. Irritation to your skin, tissue damage. You got to get it off. Burning sensation and pain. Inhalation. Oh, yeah. The severe right here. This is where it gets you. Eye exposure. Obviously, you need to go over to an eye wash station. You want to rinse for 30 seconds. Remove your face. Then you want to go back in. You don't want to pat your face after the first 30 seconds. You want to go back in and get that second doses of water in there and get it out of there. But anyway. See, here you go. Immediately wash out the eyes, large amounts of water, at least 15 minutes. That's what say that first 30 seconds, you go up under, then you see how it feel. But if not, you're going to get your ass back up under there. You're going to stay up under there. And, you know, I only had to use the eye wash station one time. But yeah, so that's just 4.5, 4.7 parts per million. It's non-combustible, though. There you go. So they ain't going to blow up on your ass. All right, anyway. Well, I just wanted to, let me see if there's a video.
Robinhood Gold members get an IRA transfer boost of 2%.
Oh, was it right off the coast?
This is the story of the one who knows that with a teammate like Granger, she will always win the day. Call.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the actual. I mean, this ain't giving us no information. My bad, guy. I'm trying to. Maybe this will show us something.
Breaking news, a rescue mission is underway after a U.S. oil tanker and Portuguese cargo ship collided off the coast of England. Now the oil tanker is on fire and the British Coast Guard is on the scene. Let's bring in foreign correspondent Marcus Moore in London with the latest on that story. Marcus, what are you following on this collision?
Well, Diane, this urgent rescue effort is underway as we speak right now off the UK's eastern coast. As you just mentioned, a U.S. flagged oil tanker and a Portuguese container ship collided. And we've seen some images that show what appears to be two vessels on fire and thick black smoke billowing into the air. We're working to get verified pictures turned around so we can show them to you. But this is happening just a few miles off the coast of Hull in eastern England. Right now, Diane, we don't know if there have been any injuries. We do know, however, that at least 30 people have been rescued and no information at this point on how these ships may have collided. But we know that the Coast Guard has sent rescue boats, at least one helicopter and a plane to the scene, which is about 4 hours from London in a car. And we'll continue to follow this and get any new developments as we get them. We'll, of course, pass them along to you, Diane.
Foreign correspondent Marcus Moore, thank you.
All right, well, they ain't really giving us no information. I was trying to see where, I know it said it had jet fuel, but I want to know what base was it going to. That's, I'm definitely going to be looking up tomorrow. Oh, here we go.
If you're only maxing out a 401k, you could add a Robinhood IRA with a 3% contribution.
An oil tanker has burst into flames after being struck by a cargo ship off the UK coast, reportedly carrying a full load of jet fuel, was hit by the Portugal-flagged Solon cargo vessel just before 10 a.m. Crew members abandoned both ships as the fire took hold. Thick black smoke is now billowing across the horizon as emergency teams battle to contain the blaze in the Humber estuary. The UK Coast Guard has deployed helicopters, lifeboats, and firefighting vessels in the desperate rescue operation. This is a breaking story, and updates will follow as the situation unfolds.
All right, well, there we go, I guess. Oil tanker done goddamn crash, man. All right, man. Next, we're gonna talk about the little kid, little DJ Daniel.